We are here at Bread for All, and Rachel Morlock is the coordinator for Bread for All. And I'm wondering, Rachel, what exactly do we have there on those shelves?
These are this is dough that we've rounded, and we're letting it rise for a while before we shape it into loaves and put it in the oven.
Okay, great. So is this like the second step of the process, or?
This is about probably the third step, I think. Yeah.
Okay, great. Rachel, what is a community-supported bakery?
Well, our St. Joe's Bakery is supported by members of the outside community who subscribe for a 10-week cycle. They give a donation of $40, and then every week they come and pick up a loaf that we make here in the bakery. And then we also make loaves to use at St. Joe's for our lunches there.
And what kind of bread is this?
This is whole wheat organic bread.
Okay, sounds very very tasty.
Yes,
Great.
It is. I eat it all the time, actually. Very good with honey and butter.
That's a great endorsement. Tammy Shanahan is a volunteer at Bread for All. And Tammy, I'm wondering, what is it like to volunteer here? And did you ever think that you would become a volunteer baker?
Oh, no. Baking on this scale is new to me. I've made a loaf or two at home. I really enjoy the process of seeing how bread is made on a greater scale. And I enjoy working with folks here.
Okay.
It's been fun working with Peg and Paul and learning the baking process, and it's been fun working with some of the trainees.
Okay.
And helping them get a feel for the work.
Great, thank you. Okay, we're here with Tammy Shanahan and Rachel Morlock, the coordinator for Bread for All. And I'm wondering, Tammy, what are you doing right there? What is that process?
Well, this is our final stage in preparing the loaves for the oven. We're taking dough that is risen, shaping it into loaves. Then we're going to let it rise one more time in our proofer, and then it goes into the oven to bake.
Rachel, I'm wondering, what are the ingredients of the Bread for All bread?
Our bread is made with local organic wheat flour and white flour. There are sunflower seeds, flaxseed, grapeseed oil, some salt, and I think that's some malt, barley malt.
Sounds like a 2,000-year-old recipe, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, yeah. It's tried and true.
Okay, here we are at Bread for All, and I'm talking with Paul Frazier and Peg Gaffel about the Bread for All concept, and these two individuals helped generate this idea and are really a driving force behind making it happen. And Paul has been a baker for many years. Peg has also been a chef for her entire life, and it's a tremendous combination of talent and spirit here. And Paul, I'd like to ask you a question about what do you think the key connector is between Bread for All and the Catholic worker movement?
Well, Bread for All, as you know, is a part of the St. Joe's Catholic worker community, and historically the Catholic workers started out in the 30s with Peter Moore and Dorothy Day, and were started to give a social gospel to the unemployed people of New York City. And they said there is a revolution that they said that is possible, a green revolution, as opposed to the red revolution going on at the time. And it involved a lot of hand labor, manual labor, crafts, a distributist model of economy, and a way to be in the world that, as we look at it, everyone eats and no one goes hungry. So that's how the worker got started, and because they got started during the Depression and the bread lines were long and large, that they began doing hospitality and soup kitchens and housing of people. And that component of the worker history has stayed in place. There's 160 worker communities in the country, more or less. But the economic piece hasn't caught up. So this is an opportunity to say, well, if we're talking about being a worker, then let's work. So that we're trying to generate work for unemployed people who come to St. Joe's, who grab a meal, and are looking for some job training, skill training, and some work.
Robert Bonanza, I understand you're the apprentice baker here at Bread for All, and I'm wondering what it is that you do here. What is your job?
We prepare the ingredients to bake organic bread.
Great. And what do you have to do to make that happen?
We have to put the mixtures together and make up the dough and have the dough processed into a rise. We roll it into like how would I say?
Into loaves?
Into loaves, and then place it in a pan, and we bake 10 loaves at a time.
And how many loaves do you bake in all?
We bake 40 loaves in all.
Oh, that's great.
3 days a week.
Great. And do you like the bread that you bake?
Oh yes, I like the bread. It's very tasty. For the very first time, I made 25, took it home and made 25 sandwiches out of it. And it was very tasty.
Oh, that's good. Peg, I wonder if you could talk about what it's like in terms of Bread for All serving as an employment opportunity for individuals in the St. Joe's community, and how significant that can be.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to grow what we've already begun, which is with 2 trainees. And so far, I think they both, well, the one guy is coming in soon, but Robert is very enthused and doing really well. We also had Eli last year, so we have had two guys come through the program. We're also trying to offer the Rochester community and the St. Joe's house a healthier loaf of bread, and desserts. We're doing desserts once a week now that we serve over the our meal that we prepare Monday through Friday. I'm cooking there on Thursdays and Fridays now, and so that's another thing we're able to prepare here at the bakery and train Robert in desserts now. And so it's small. I don't think it's ever going to be a really I don't think we're ever going to be, 10, 12 trainees at a time in here, but I think that it's valuable on its own merits that way. So, small is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we can be a model for other people that have a similar vision. And there's other skills that can be taught in a similar way. How about auto mechanics, or how about carpentry?
That's right. Rachel, while you're kneading that bread there, I'm wondering if you could just let us know how we can get our hands on that bread.
If you'd like to subscribe for 10 weeks of our fresh baked bread, you can check out our website or email st.joes.bakery@gmail.com.
Great. Thank you.